Long ago, in the land of Canaan, there lived a young man named Joseph, the beloved son of Jacob. Joseph was kind, hard-working, and full of hope, and his father loved him dearly. To show his love, Jacob gave him a beautiful coat woven with many colors. When Joseph wore it, the sun seemed to shine brighter on him. But his older brothers grew jealous. They whispered among themselves, angry that their father loved Joseph most. One night, Joseph had a dream. Excited, he ran to his brothers. "Listen to this," he said. "We were tying bundles of grain in the field, and my bundle stood tall while yours bowed down to it." His brothers frowned. "Do you think you'll rule over us someday?" But Joseph didn't mean to boast. He just couldn't help sharing the wonder of his dream. Later, he dreamed again. "The sun, the moon, and 11 stars bowed down to me." Even his father was surprised. "What kind of dream is this, my son?" Jacob asked. But deep in his heart, he kept wondering what it might mean. Days passed, and Joseph's brothers could no longer hide their envy. One afternoon, when Jacob sent Joseph to check on them in the fields, they saw him coming from afar, his colorful coat shining in the sunlight. "Here comes the dreamer," they muttered. "Let's get rid of him." But the eldest brother, Reuben, said, "No, don't harm him. Let's just throw him into that pit." When Joseph arrived, they tore off his coat and threw him into a dry, dark well. His cries echoed, but no one answered. Soon after, a caravan of traders passed by on their way to Egypt. The brothers sold Joseph to them for silver coins, and he was taken far away from home. That night they dipped his coat in goat's blood and brought it to their father. "Is this your son's coat?" they asked. Jacob wept bitterly. "My son, Joseph, has been torn by wild beasts." Meanwhile, Joseph arrived in Egypt. Though frightened and alone, he prayed, "Lord, I do not understand why this happened, but I will trust you." Joseph was sold to a man named Potiphar, captain of Pharaoh's guard. He worked hard, was honest, and soon Potiphar trusted him with everything. But one day, Joseph was falsely accused and thrown into prison. Even there, Joseph didn't lose hope. He helped others and listened when 2 prisoners told him their dreams. "Tell me," Joseph said gently, "for God gives the power to understand dreams." He explained their dreams truthfully, and everything happened just as he said. 2 years later, Pharaoh himself had a strange dream. 7 fat cows eaten by 7 thin cows, and 7 full ears of grain swallowed by 7 withered ones. No one in Egypt could explain it, until someone remembered Joseph. He was brought before Pharaoh. "Can you tell me what my dreams mean?" Pharaoh asked. Joseph bowed. "I cannot, but God can." He explained that the dreams meant 7 years of plenty would come to Egypt, followed by 7 years of famine. Pharaoh was amazed. "You have the Spirit of God in you," he said. "You shall be in charge of my land." From that day, Joseph became governor of Egypt. He stored grain during the good years so that no one would starve during the famine. Years later, famine spread even to Canaan. Joseph's brothers came to Egypt to buy food, not knowing the powerful man before them was their long-lost brother. Joseph recognized them at once. His heart ached, but he tested them first to see if their hearts had changed. When he finally saw his youngest brother Benjamin, Joseph could no longer hold back his tears. He cried, "I am Joseph, your brother, the one you sold into Egypt." His brothers trembled. "Please forgive us," they said, falling to their knees. Joseph raised them gently. "Do not be afraid. You meant harm to me, but God turned it into good, to save many lives." Then Joseph embraced them, and the sound of his weeping filled the palace. Later, Joseph brought his father Jacob and the whole family to Egypt, where they lived in peace and plenty. Through every trial, betrayal, prison, and pain, Joseph never stopped believing in God's plan. He learned that forgiveness is greater than anger, and that faith can turn even the darkest dreams into blessings. And when he looked up at the stars at night, Joseph whispered, Thank you, Lord, for being with me in every dream, every trial, and every joy. Joseph's story reminds us that even when life seems unfair, God is always working for something good. When we choose to forgive, we let love shine brighter than anger, and faith stronger than fear. Thank you for watching Rabbit's Foot Tales. If you enjoyed Joseph the Dreamer, the boy who forgave, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so more children can learn about faith, kindness, and God's amazing love.